In the grimdark future, there is only Monopoly. I can't even say that with a straight face.
Spiky bits.
Today, we're going to take a look at the officially licensed Monopoly product by USA-opoly and also Hasbro. So Hasbro and G-Dub collabing on something. That's got to be a first for something right there. So this Monopoly Edition goes for $40 US. You can, it looks like it is on pre-order over at Miniature Market, so you can get it for less, of course, from Miniature Market. Shameless plug, of course. But the game looks to be pretty dope. I mean, it's your normal Monopoly with a 40k flair, so if you've been wanting to introduce grandma and grandpa and mom and dad to the grimdark future, well, hey, maybe you can finally get through to them and they'll actually get you some good Christmas presents instead of just like bust your socks and stuff here going forward. So it's going to come with 6 collectible tokens and the normal cards, well, the normal 40k flair of cards right there, and some interesting choices of railroads, aka craft worlds with the webway. Get it? See what they did there? And there's some Forge Worlds in here and a whole bunch of really cool looking Fate and Glory cards as well. When we open up the box, it's actually laid out pretty well. Looks like there's a space for everything. I didn't open up the money because, well, it's just Monopoly money with the 40k symbol on it. And then this little symbol right here, I guess that's Imperial credits. I actually didn't look it up. I didn't think about it, but that may be what that is. The game board itself, which we'll show you here in a second and expand that bad boy out. A little kind of teaser on, well, teaser and instructions, of course, the normal how to play kind of type deal here, what you can do when you're waiting for the dice, like, you know, collecting rent. If you're in jail, you can get rent, some things like that. Making deals, you know, you can always house rule stuff, but it takes forever. Once the games get a little heated if you do house rules. Let's be real. We've all heard the Dane Cook skit. It gets a little heated sometimes in the world of Monopoly. Now, here's what's different about the game, according to them. You've got, like I said, the craft worlds are the railroads, aka the webways. You got glory cards, you got fate cards, you got those new tokens. I like this little pictogram here of exactly how much money, because that was always the thing, like, how much money do we get again? I forget. Okay, well, there it is right there. You put your tokens here, everybody knows that. Somebody gets to be a banker, and that's pretty much the big juicy stuff there. Now, I have to admit, I like everything about this. Like, the cards are actually styled differently, and I probably haven't seen the new, air quotes, you know, not the 1990s Monopoly, but I remember the cards being a little fatter. These are all the same size, which probably saves on manufacturing costs. So you've got all your properties, and then it goes into the Fate and Glory cards here, all in one pack, and we'll look at those in a second too. But still the same old Buster hotels and Buster houses. They call these outposts and fortifications, so we're not even going to really look at those. We will take a look at the tokens here, which look to be pretty substantially metal. I got some magnets here. We'll see if they're actually ferrous metal. So you line up all of your Monopoly monies in here. You've got your space for grabbing out your tokens, your hotel or fortifications and outposts. Then you've got your cards that go here, but I suspect that these are designed to go here, and you can have all the different little colored coded properties just like this, so the banker can get it done when it comes to dishing out and recouping properties right there. So here's a sampling of some of the properties in the game here. Of course, you got your railroads, you've got your utilities up there, Forge Worlds, air quotes, see what they did there. Boardwalk and Park Place, Holy Terra, and a Titan. Or, well, I guess, you know, they actually didn't say it. We'll have to look on the lid right here, but I bet you Titan is actually the Grey Knight Titan, not a Titan. Now that I think about it, that would be kind of silly. So it's probably the Moon Titan, not actual Titan. And of course, the Orcs bringing in the green properties. We got Space Marines on yellow. It looks like Chaos in red. That makes sense. I don't know what it means for the Imperial Guard to be in salmon or fuchsia. And then we've got some Buster properties over here in brown as well. And it looks like, for the most part, Tyranids, Necrons, and Tyranids and Necrons are not really represented in this game, which is kind of sad when you start thinking about it. Let's take a look. Oh, Tower definitely in here. Tower in here as the blue-gray properties right there, and then we've got the orange ones as well too. These look like they're Death Worlds. might be wrong about that. I'll have to look those up. Necromunda's definitely, well, there might be a High Worlds. We'll see. I'll look that one up. And a random sampling of Fate and Glory cards here. Lots of cool kind of clip arts, things that you're going to see in the corner of codex books and rule books, the like. I like this one, Armed to the Teeth. Collect 10 Imperial credits. Liberate a hive world. The Emperor protects. Collect 25 credits. We need a t-shirt that one for real. So lots of cool things in here. Overrun. Betrayed from Within. Go to jail. I don't know. It's a fresh take on the game for sure, with a little bit of grimdarkness to it right there. And then as far as the tokens go, well, these things are actually pretty cool. Again, let's see how legit they really are. So 6 of these bad boys here. You got a Tyranid Ripper, Chaos Symbol, looks like an Eldari Rune, a Necron Monolith. So I guess there are Necrons in the game, but not property-wise, and I didn't see any of them in the clip art. A Space Marine Helmet. What is it? What is that one? Is that the new Mark 10? It might be the new Mark 10 armor. And then it looks like an Orky Choppa type thing right there. Now, I tried to see if these were ferrous, and it turns out they are not. So maybe they're just like coated or like gilded plastic piece. I don't know. They sound like plastic, right? But I don't really know what the original Monopoly pieces were made out of. I mean, size-wise, these things are pretty small when you compare them to a miniature. So maybe not something you can actually use in, you know, the 40k game or something like that. You're gonna have a hard time using this helmet for something right there. But you know, it still might be kind of cool to use as terrain or something. If you never use the game, you can always use your figures for the game. So you know, if you got a better use for these, well, then you might want to just use them for whatever. Board size is about 19 by 19 inches, which means that I can't show it to you fully. I mean, I could open it up, but it won't be fully on camera right there. So here's one half of the board, starting with the exciting spots here: just visiting and in jail, and free parking, of course. And then you put the cards here, Glory and Fate, of course, over here. And you can kind of see how they laid out and the priority they put on everything here. Yep, it is Titan, the Grey Knight Moon, not Titan a Titan. A little tricksy right there, but it makes sense because these are all properties, not giant walking robots. So yeah, so there you go. It looks like the sisters have their own say in this game as well. Ophelia 7 was, if I believe, way back in the first White Dwarf that featured the Necrons as a skirmish back when they were pewter. They were actually fighting a force of sisters. I would literally say that was 20 years ago in the first White Dwarf, and I think that's where that comes from, as a matter of fact. But the rest of these are pretty self-explanatory for the most part, what they are and why it why it is on here and things like that. Oh, it looks like that is, so they got kind of like a little mix up. So you got Necromunda, Vergast, and Icar 4. So could be kind of like the rogue element here, which kind of makes sense, I suppose. Cadian, Catachan, Talaron. Cool. Well, they definitely, the illustrations and such definitely add a lot to this. Some of the clip art and stuff that you don't see normally, or you have to buy a codex book, or you know, even something that even these Talaron ones I don't remember seeing very often there. The Catachan, iconic right there. Tau, Farside Enclaves, or Tau, the proper. Very cool. So it looks like it's your standard board. The way I remember it, doesn't look like cheap constructed or anything like that. It looks like a quality product, quality board game. For $40 these days, that actually seems cheap for a board game, to be quite honest. I've seen the prices of some of the stuff. So I feel like with the licensing and aspect and everything like that, it seems like it's still within the realm of, hey, you might actually get this for Christmas, or, it's something that you can get, if, say, for instance, there's a big hurricane coming and you're going to need something to do, pass the time with you and your roommates. Hint, hint. I don't know when this video is going out, but guess what's happening in the world right now? So that is it for this one, folks. I hope you enjoyed our unboxing and review of the classic Parker Brothers and now Hasbro Monopoly game. $40 US retail, hitting stores if it's not already in stores this month, September 2018.
Spiking bits.